everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. You just take a deep breath and you hit the button and you hope for the best. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 99BHHZMQ. It's not amazing. Oh my god, why does the top of my head look like my real forehead? It's too wrinkly. Also, I can't see. Hold on. Let's... Yeah. The tower. Proving actually useful. I mean, that's probably not worth much, but the fact that we saw a crawl space is kind of incredible. This run's not bad. The rate of fire could use some work, and obviously some actual red hearts would be nice, and, you know, our spacebar item is not great either, but everything else, you know, i.e. our damage stat, is pretty okay. And, I mean, if you're gonna... Hello? If you're gonna have exclusively... You think this can get both? If you're gonna have exclusively spirit hearts, I almost... What? There's an enemy somewhere? Hello? Do I have to push the buttons to get out? Am I dying? Confirm not dying. Okay. Weird. If you're gonna have only spirit hearts, having 3 or 4 of them is a good start, dude. It's a pretty good start. So let's get a move on here. As usual, you know, I mean, I love getting the black market on a run in which we actually have HP. Getting blue candle, for example. I mean, we still got a chance because we could get HP from the boss. Blue candle for a single red heart is better than like 85% of the deals with the devil. Would really put a dent, a positive dent? Is there a positive dent? It would put a positive dent in our ability to operate here. And, you know, I've said some not so nice things about the tower before, but as long as we're going through large rooms, tower's pretty good. How am I doing? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. It's, still Sunday. It's Father's Day. If you have not said anything about Father's Day to a father you would like to say it to, it's too late. You missed your chance. I hate to say, you could always wish them a belated one. They'd probably at least be contented, but you have missed your window, and that's fine. You know, life goes on. It happens, you know, in a busy world. Decent amount of holidays to remember. I feel for you. There's always next year. Don't sweat it too much. Father's Day, I mean, I could wax philosophical about what it means for me. But I really don't know yet. I get asked, like, a lot of questions about, you know, my thoughts on parenting. I think the honest and mature answer is that, you know, I have, like, philosophies about it, but I don't really, you know, deign to know, you know, what parenting is like until I'm actually a parent myself. Again, I've said many times, it's kind of the... We could still take blue candle. It's a little spicy, though. I think it's worth it, though. But what I was gonna say is I think it's kind of like the folly of... a young, childless man to be like, here's what I would do if I was a parent. I don't understand why all parents don't just, you know... I would let my kids say the F word from the time that they were, like, 2 years old onwards. It's just a word, and I want them to know that words don't have power over them. So, you know, people they have very hardline stances about that stuff. I would never feed my kid a single chicken nugget as long as I live. Hey, I have a real question, okay? And let me put a bow on that one. Excuse me. Because, like, and I was talking about this in Kate's chat when we were streaming together, but someone asked me, like, a parenting question, and I was like, I mean, I think you can have parenting principles. Like, I want to be like, I would never let my kid... Oh, they were asking about screen time. And I was like, I want to say that I would never let my kid, like, use the iPad for more than 15 minutes until they're 10 years old. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you have, like, a 4 or a 5-year-old, and they're like, I want to use the iPad, and you're like, no, and then they throw, like, a little temper tantrum, one of these days they're going to break you. I don't think that makes you a bad parent at all. I think one of these days they're gonna catch you on a day where you haven't had much sleep, and you got other stuff going on, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Fine, you little goblin. You can use the freaking iPad. Go play Despicable Me Minion Rush. See if I care. If you grow up to not be able to focus on reading 3 sentences of a novel because you're so used to instant gratification every time you tap on a touchscreen. See if I care. I'm sure it's, I'm sure it happens. You know, you're dealing with, like, the reality in that situation instead of... You know, I've realized maybe we shouldn't care that much about that penny. That was a little scary. One wrong move and we would have lost the streak right there. I do think this was worth it, though. So I don't know. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. I mean... The long and the short of it is that I'll figure it out when we get there. I think being a parent is obviously a huge responsibility. Because here's the question that I was going to ask. I am not a picky eater. This is the preamble part of the question. This is the... Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines a preamble as blah, blah, blah. I'm not a picky eater, but I was as a child. I'm fairly sure that my picky... I mean, it's hard because I was... myself, but also a much dumber version of myself when I was like 5 years old. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like I was maybe like your parents' response to your picky eating determines how picky of an eater you will be to some extent. And I'm not blaming my parents for this at all. I know I talk about this. This probably comes up once every 2 months in Isaac episodes, but it's really like it's something I think about because you know, I've been to media events with streamers, and some streamers are like, you know, 30, 40 years old, and they're like, I only eat potatoes and bread. And I'm like, really? You should be dead. Not like you should be dead. I mean, like, I'm amazed you appear to be the picture of good health for someone who only eats gray foods. But, so I think about it. I don't think there's anything inherently bad. Like, it's not a character defect necessarily to be a picky eater, but I do think that to some extent, you know, most people are not picky eaters in the sense that they're like, I only like to eat salads. It's always like, I only like French fries, right? But I think that, you know, I probably as a kid, you know, ate something that didn't taste like sweet to me, and I was like, I don't like it. And maybe at some point my parents were like, fine, okay, he doesn't like it. We're gonna make the mistake of trusting our child at face value on this particular subject. So don't feed him green leafy vegetables ever again. But if you're a picky eater as an adult, how do you work with that? Do you just... I guess if you're a picky eater as an adult, having a kid is kind of a huge win for you. You know, beyond the normal sense, you also get to be like, hey, just throw twice as many dinosaur chicken nuggets and frozen French fries into the oven, because I'm hungry too. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I might end up eating some dinosaur chicken nuggets. We'll see. But yeah, we'll you know, next year. Next year I'll reap the benefits of getting some accolades for Father's Day. But I said Happy Father's Day to my dad, and he said thanks, you too. We both my dad and I would say we're sentimental, but we're not big like holiday guys. We have, like, real conversations, don't get me wrong, but it's always, like, in person. Over text is, like... We'll just store it up for, like, 7 months, and then when we meet in person, we'll have some serious conversations. Over text, we're both like, I'm fine, thank you, and you. And, like, over the phone, I don't want to say it's worse, because it's actually totally fine. But, you know... It used to be like my mom would be like, hey, can we have a quick phone call this weekend? And I would say, Mom, the fact that you ask like that makes me feel very weird. Of course you can have a quick phone call. You're my mom. Just let me cancel all my appointments. Hope you're happy. No, I didn't say that. May have thought it once or twice, but there's no law against thinking yet. So my mom would be like, hey, can we have a quick, like, 5-minute phone call just to catch up? And then, of course, like, you know, after 45 minutes of talking about everything later, she'd be like, let me put your dad on. He wants to talk to you. And he'd say, hey, how's it going? How's work? And I'd say, fine. And then I'd say, how's work? And he'd say, fine. And then we'd talk a little bit about the NHL. Now there's no NHL to talk about. It's putting a damper on, you know, one of the common conduits for our conversation. I can't remember if I mentioned this last week. I must have, but last week, you know, I went to my in-laws' place. Help. And in-laws is weird. I feel like I've made a mistake in the past. I've referred to any of my in-laws, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law, as in-laws. Apparently that's not the way you use that. In my defense, this is all new to me, you know? It's the first time I ever had a brother-in-law, or a mother-in-law, you know? Apparently in-laws is only something you colloquially use for the father-in-law and mother-in-law. I didn't know that. You just... for sister-in-law, brother-in-law, you don't say I'm at my in-laws' place. You say, I'm at my wife's sister's house. I don't know, something bizarrely kind of like formal about that. But regardless, you know, Kate's parents speak English, but they don't speak that much of it. They predominantly, like 99.9% of the time I'm there, they speak Korean. And occasionally we'll exchange a couple of sentences just to let each other know that we're both there. And that's fairly common, I think, for people that are in this kind of situation. I'm gonna try it. I think we'll stick with the Fool card, though. Kind of wanted to take a chance on it there, because 5 cents for, like, Hierophant would be really nice. But, like, you know, sometimes I've been over there, maybe, Kate's mom is giving Kate a violin lesson, or they're talking somewhere, like, in the kitchen or something like that. And, you know, me and Kate's dad, and I will just be watching some sports on the TV. You know, it was nice when the World Cup was on. Because Canada does not have a great men's soccer team. Women's soccer team, quite good. Like top 4 in the world. Usually in contention for like making it to the finals, or at least, you know, being in the running. But the Canadian men's team, it's on the way up, but it's taking some time. Let's put it that way. Sorry, I just had to check a message for a second there. But, you know, he lived in South Korea for like 42 years and, you know, is still deeply entwined in the culture, and is like, he's watching all the South Korean games, and I was rooting for them. Sadly, they didn't really do that well in the last World Cup, but it is what it is. We still bonded. This time, you know, I was over there, Kate was getting a violin lesson, he and I were on the couch. The only thing on was a LPGA tour match, and originally I was like, oh, sick, there's some golf on, and then the infographic came up and it was like, this tournament is a rebroadcast from 2015. And I'm like, come on, man, come on. I know this is like boomer humor, but some of us out here, we're trying to make it through we're trying to bond with our in-laws. Let's not say make it through. You know what I mean, though. We're trying to bond with our in-laws. We gotta get some real sports back. I mean, not, you know, in an ignorant sense before it's safe to do so, but I'm dying out here. I mean, I get along with my in-laws, don't get me wrong. Good dodge. Things are still a little touchy on HP here. It's not like I don't like my in-laws. We just, you know, really have never really had that meaningful of a conversation. Which maybe is good. You know how they say, and this is going to sound mean-spirited, but I don't mean it this way. You know how they say... Sorry, that dodge turned me musical. You know how they say, like, good fences make good neighbors? I'm not saying that's true in this situation, merely that, like, well, they've never said anything I disagree with, to the best of my knowledge, so as far as I'm concerned, they're great people. All right. Yeah. I really need to get inside of the shop. The item room is not optional, but is not as pressing as the shop. Like with 3.5 spirit hearts, don't get me wrong, as usual, I don't want to get taken wrong. The run is actually really great. Mostly, that hurt. Mostly / completely because of Blue Candle. However, it could get really, really bad. It's not going to take too much for this run to go off the rails. In fact, like, I don't want to be overly dramatic, but like being hit by one more champion, of which there are thousands, would be enough. And we really haven't had, in my opinion at least, we haven't really had like many opportunities to really change our fortunes, you know? Because really, our fortunes are pretty much just related to HP. If our shops don't have spirit hearts in them, or alternatively, if we can't get into our shops, and our boss fights don't have HP in them, we're a little stuck, which is why I'm being very, very careful about these pills, and by being very careful, I exclusively mean not using them. This was just bad dodging. We could have gotten out of this. I think we're in real danger hours right here. This is a floor in which we want to explore absolutely everything. We'll fight the boss first. This is the boss you want to see. We got HP. And we don't want any of that. Okay. Okay. We still need to explore. No keys on this floor is really bad. 1 HP. Look, 1 is like the worst amount of HP to have. But hear me out here, because I haven't finished. Except for 0. 0 is really bad. So, well, unless you're going for permanent Polaroid invincibility. But, well, I think we'll take this for now. Obviously, the tower is a little bit spicy for the time being. We are only on catacombs, too. We got a long way to go before it's, really scary here, but... Or before it becomes so scary as to be like the permanent position that we're in. Really, if you make it to the womb in this situation, this is where things get spicy, because you only get 1 item from like womb 1 to cathedral. In most circumstances. It's genuinely very dangerous. To some extent, but I'm hoping we'll start to get the means to pull out of it. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, it's something you love about Isaac and something you hate about Isaac. We got no keys, but like 9 pills on the same floor. So you're kind of incentivizing the pill taking. Bad trip is pretty bad. Health down doesn't exist. Tears down definitely exists. We're gonna start taking them. I hate to say it. I think this is one of the very, very few situations in which you do take the pills. We're looking for balls of steel. Bombs are key. Tears up is very nice. Are you a wizard is not, but we've killed every enemy on the floor, I believe. And we got the tower card. And you know what? Let's see. Maybe we'll get another tears up here. That's puberty, which is fine. Hematemesis is not relevant right now, but it actually might be at some point. Nope. Just bombs are key, huh? Hematemesis. 48-hour energy. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Range down. As far as, like, down pills go, it's not that bad. But not getting a single key on this floor is really, like, it's a slap in the face. We went through the whole floor, dude. You really gonna treat me like that? Don't you know who I am? It's close to an HP upgrade. I mean, I think we could go to the cursed room, but it's like really, really spicy. The last room we have access to here is this one right here. There's not going to be too much we could do about that. Alright, I mean, it's a huge kick in the teeth to do 20 rooms and not get a single key. Although I did think did I open a golden chest? I may have opened a golden chest in there. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's head down. I'm actually going to save the pill to possibly blow up the vanity instead. If we have one, which we don't. Let's start working our way towards this shop. So this is real nasty. You don't need me to tell you that, I'm sure. We should be, oh my god, just give me a spacebar item that works. We should still be okay. We got a key. Okay, so now the key changes everything. We really are just trying to live to get to the shop. And if the shop's greed, I will curse the name of this game forever. More than I already do. There is a second secret room up there, but we got really other great uses for our bombs. This situation right here with the two blue fires, I feel like blue fires have a much better rate of payout for spirit hearts than skulls do for demon hearts. So this is we got something. Help. It could not have gone better for something that went badly. And I think we still like hematemesis. We definitely want this. I think we our last bomb to get 5 cents. I might take issue with that one for myself, but it is what it is. We got a spirit heart. We still got hematemesis. We got a key. Dude, it really does take a bad run to realize that if you're on whatever this floor is called, the dank depths, every single room is just the silkworms that chase you down. It's a real shot. But I'm not getting super tilted yet. Can I tell you? I'm extraordinarily happy that I did go back for blue candle early. If I hadn't gone back for that, I don't think, like, we might not be dead, but we would be unhappy. Or should I say even less happy. So this is, Mystery Sack is really good. I don't want to be overly dramatic. All we have to do is live long enough for it to be relevant. Because it may not drop something useful right away. We really don't need that much to kick us into a pretty safe position, though. That was not great. Like, one bomb is very helpful. That sucked. But also, welcome to the dank depths. Welcome to the dank depths, welcome to the dank depths. Oh, 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 it's the same enemy, the same enemy. Oh, oh. Okay, okay. So what do you do with your last bomb? I think, you know, there is a secret room. There's a 3-skull opportunity. I personally look to this, and I say to myself, I think we go for the 2 fires. Which are no longer here. So let's find them. This one's testing me. This one's it's a real test. So if we can't find the fires, oh, maybe we just. Oh, I am a fool! It almost became the rock play, dude. What? Alright, well that makes that easy enough. Brownie. Very dangerous foe. Every single blue candle shot is of paramount importance. We've lived. Give me some spirit hearts. You son of a... Oh my god, okay, 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 okay. We're headed downwards. Oh, baby. That was clutch. There was some inefficiency there, but it was clutch nonetheless. So now hematemesis literally just became like 20 times better. This run is definitely fragile. Must be Italian. If you're Italian and you're going, what the heck, man? That's not. It's a quote from the movie A Christmas Story. It's not. In fact, it's a joke at the father's expense. It's not a joke at the Italian expense at all. The joke is that he doesn't know the word fragile. He just thinks that the word sounds foreign, and as a result, his tacky lamp must be. Whoa, tacky lamp. Were we watching the same movie? What a nice change of pace to not have 7 silkworms rushing me down simultaneously. What an incredible twist of events. Now, what if... And I'm just spitballing. Mystery sack. Mystery sack. Hey, look at this guy. Mystery sack. Giving us a demon heart. This is a twist. So I... Oh, what a terrible dodge there. I apologize if this comes out of left field. What if, haha, unless you gave me a key? Just throwing that out there. The sun is better than hematemesis. It's unfortunate we can't use both. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it's better, because if you get a good roll with hematemesis, you can leave a lot of red hearts on the ground. But the sun more than makes up for the deficiency, for sure. Bro. I'm just hopeful you'll find it in your heart to give me a key. To give me one of the engines you use to experience dopamine release in this game. You know, it's not like you gotta. But it's like you could. If, like, the point of the game was to, like, have fun. Which, I don't know, I guess I'm naive. Thought that was on the table. You could, you know, I mean, I got like a 2.74 luck stat, which is, I believe, it affects consumable drops. So, like, where's my consumable drops? This is where I put my keys, if I had any. You're a real piece of work, you know. Okay, I'm feeling it. I'm starting to lose my mind up in here, up in here. Let's just relax. Let's give ourselves some mantras and affirmations. Thank you, thank you. No greed, please. It's not greed. So, we love this. We try this. And we use it. We can build off of that. Don't sweat it too much just yet. Okay. We love this. We can make use of Nun's Habit, considering its price. We love this. We love this. Probably, I think one more key is fine. And let's not buy... anything else just yet, because like the spirit hearts, as you can see, are of such valuable use. You know what? It might be a little bit finicky, but I think that smelting the fly allows us to get a little bit more in return. I think we'll definitely just buy this. And then there's a lot of good stuff here. I think the spirit heart is the way to go. And then there's options, or sorry, more options might be good enough to help us out here. So that's like really, I refuse to believe we got carried there. We basically just survived long enough for the game to be like, okay, fine, you finally got a key. Enjoy yourself. And then Tractor Beam is good but not great. Well, maybe it's great. I don't know. Any tiers upgrade, I would probably just due to scarcity put in the great category now. I really think that, you know, over the past week we've had a few runs that were so poorly played as to make you probably believe that I should have lost. This one is the opposite, in my opinion. And I call him like I see him, so you may disagree, but I hope you don't see me as, like, misleading you on this one. On this one, I feel like we have not won yet, clearly. But this is one we could have lost that we deserve to win as a result of the play that we had here. Not perfect, but nothing's ever perfect. Now this is it's a tight choice, especially considering how precious HP has been for us. But I think 2 items for the price of 1 does make this workable. And the speed upgrade and the ability to dodge that's going to come out of Lord of the Pit, it moves things enough for me. I'm realizing now we don't really need the sun card yet, so just chill. Just chill. Keys! What a novel idea. What is the quote from Russian Doll? Thursday! What a concept. You know, as far as Netflix original shows go, I wasn't grabbed by Russian Doll, but I do understand that it's extremely well liked from 2019's oeuvre of television. So if you liked it, more power to you. Unfortunately, it wasn't a true crime documentary about murder in small town America, and as a result, it doesn't interest me that much. I know, I can make fun of myself. It's like, here's my impression of the average person in my generation. I only like two kinds of media. Movies about men and women in capes fighting a big purple alien, and also harrowing tales of small town murder. That's it. I don't know if it's a good joke. It really just, I think, offended everybody, including myself, that was watching this, but isn't that the purpose of humor? No, you're right. It's not. It's really not. I apologize. If this message gets you down, then you know, it's international players. I choose you. Do. You know that one? Come on. I've done this bit before, I think last year as well. I'm still struggling with the fact that International Players Anthem is now considered like classic hip hop. And then I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that thing's freaking 13 years old. That's an old song by, you know, modern standards, or by contemporary standards at least, I guess. It's really weird to think about the fact that, like, International Players Anthem is like, it's, oh, I hit the button and I'm happy I did. I'm happy I did. It's as old as like Nirvana's Nevermind was when I was in high school. And when I was listening to Nevermind, I was like, yo, this is, I mean, it's old, but it rocks. Then I put on International Players Anthem, and I'm like, it's pretty recent. It came out last decade, but like late last decade. Actually, I guess it's 2 decades ago at this point. Okay. Don't want to jump in there. Jump in there. Jump in there. Don't really, I mean, we get no benefit from it, so let's not even take it. If you want to, why not take it? You got the space. Because it literally can't provide us with a benefit, especially now that fighting Hush is off the table. That hurts. So, like, what's the, is there a, help me! Is there a downside to taking it? There is. Having another trinket on the floor could accidentally lead me to pick it up when I could be holding something better. It's a lot of fun. We have fun here. My god. To get through that, only getting hit once is good. What would have been smarter is using a single bomb to get into this room, but... Okay, so we are gonna get a deal with... We're gonna get a deal with the devil. In all likelihood. What do we do with this information? Anything... Well, like, what's the dream item? As long as we're believing. Abaddon. Abaddon is the dream item. Anything with the respawn is going to be pretty close to the top of the list for takeability. 9 lives would... It's going to be a little divisive. It might be takeable. Spirit Hearts? Nope. I really, 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 really want to take the mark. I just don't think it's the right time. I hate to say it. I think losing the 2 Spirit Hearts is going to cost us too much. And it is, we're losing 3 but gaining 1. So in case you were confused about the work, I'll show my work for you there. So we're doing this room just because you never know how second secret room might hit. Good dodging, brother. Good dodging. Doing this to get a single demon heart even. Pretty solid. That hurts. That hurts me. It's not like we ever could have been able to use it in the first place, but... Okay. Well, I mean, you know where we're at right here. It's tough. You don't need me to tell you it's tough. You know... I'm looking at this now, and I'm like, there's an arcade. This has been a real sketchy patch of Isaac. Couple of easy ones, but a couple of very, very saucy ones. Well, dude, I am thrilled. I am thrilled I came back this way. My word. I'm willing to give you up to 9 keys. I don't know what you're gonna pay out with, but even just a couple of chests that maybe have a chance to give me some spirit hearts. And that's where I'm tapping out anyway. Honestly, paperclip is worth it there. And let's get the heck out of this, right? Like, this is... Tomo, I need your support here, buddy. This is getting a little insane. I'll tell you. This run's looking good now. That extra spirit heart injection is very helpful. I might even consider, if the door was still open, I might have considered taking the mark. But we made it. Hooray. Just stay very cool here. Just stay very cool. Hematemesis, a question mark. One makes you larger. We're gonna roll Hematemesis. There is a library down here as well. Hematemesis, the right second secret room, wins us the run. And at this point, you know, it's like Richi Mahjong, you know? We're fishing for those outs that'll allow us to get a Yakutan. Yakuten? Am I thinking of Rakuten? I don't know. Look, I've been playing some Mahjong. No, I'm not very good at it. It's a very complicated game. I'm getting there, though. I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to understand, at least. Fishing for all simples, fishing for 7 pairs, which is admittedly difficult. I'm not going for, you know, all terminals and honors yet. That stuff seems a little spicy for me. I'm just irritating everybody else online by rawning them. I think we take that. We don't have Guppy's tail, so I don't think that the Master of Unlocking is going to matter. I know we said we liked it. It was a good use of our keys, to be honest. We just no longer needed them after a certain point. Now this is a spicy one, right? Because, like, Book of Shadows is good. And we did get Bookworm because we started with the Anarchist Cookbook. But, I really think Blue Candle is such a necessary part of our damage potential. Okay, well, I guess we'll be leaving then. That I think it matters more. I will admit, like, car battery means if we use and actually no, jumper cables, not car battery. Jumper cables means something different, but it means that we'll be able to have a lot of uses of it. All right, you know, it's making a pretty good case for me to go with Book of Shadows. We got enough bombs, though. Just relax for a minute. I really do think Blue Candle's the way to go. But, you know, I disagree with myself now. There's enough terrible rooms. We would have saved at least a couple of Spirit Hearts by taking Book of Shadows earlier. That hurts. That hurts me. That hurts me as well. I'm not gonna deny the hurt that I feel. Okay, so let's go back for it. It's crazy that, like, every floor we get one more thing that saves our life. And then we're like, okay, we're fine. And then the next floor we're like, we're dead. And then this kind of, you know what the toll that this takes on a man? Snip snap, Jan. Snip snap. It's a reference to The Office. You're like, I know, you said Jan. Yeah, that's true. You don't hear that many Jans anymore. I knew some Jans, but they were like my aunt's friend. It's a very, like, 60s, 70s sort of name, I think. Okay, you're gonna ask a question that you should ask. Why'd you just stand still? You know why I just stood still? My brain tunnel visioned on using a bomb to blow up. The heck? To blow up one of the blue fires. Well, 2 of the blue fires. Please. There we go. We gotta check. Oh, that would have been sweet. Now, I really think we've got a valuable lesson to learn here. Everything is still fine, but I think we got a valuable lesson to learn. We should not be so precious about our use of Book of the Shadows. We probably could have gotten a charge before the boss fight regardless. So just pop this, get in there. Okay, as you can see, probably better served on basic rooms than our boss fight. Oh my god, dude. Don't spawn any more of these dudes. Hey, come on! No. This isn't how I go. Radio silence, please. No. No, no, no! Well, I hate to say it. It is what it is. We're back down to 0. It didn't have to be like that, man. We had avenues. It was a tough run, don't get me wrong, but we did have avenues. That one hurts, but thank you for your support over the streak up to this point. We did it last time. We're going to come back with that mental toughness that's been serving us well, and we're going to get there again. For now, thanks for watching. I apologize, but also, I'll see you next time. See ya!